Okay, boys and girls, we're back again. In this video, we're going to be talking about how good is the welterweight champion, Leon Edwards. But first, this video is sponsored by PrizePicks. It's so simple. Pick more or less on your favorite players in the NBA, NHL, UFC for the chance to win 100 times your money. Available in states like Texas, California, and 30 more, plus Canada. Deposit match with code TIMBO. You put $100 in there when you sign up, and they'll give you $100 free. Make some cheddar. That's code TIMBO. And we got UFC 304 this weekend, and I'll be giving my official picks on PrizePicks. So watch out for those on Final Predictions later this week. We cashed out on the Jake Paul, Mike Perry fight, and let's cash out on these ones. PrizePicks, code TIMBO. Okay, we have Leon Edwards taking on Belal Muhammad July 27th for the welterweight championship. Let's go to the tail of the tape here for a second and pick out some interesting things we got going on. We got Leon Rocky Edwards, who stands at a solid 6 foot, and he's got a 74-inch reach, and he's a southpaw. Leon was born in Kingston, Jamaica, and lived with his parents and his brother in a one-room house. Growing up, he was surrounded by crime. When Edwards was 13 years old, his father was shot and killed in a nightclub in London. He was involved in criminal activities such as drug dealing, street fighting, knife possession, along with others in his social circle. But he was able to get out of this lifestyle age 17 when his mother got him to join MMA. So the kid grew up rough and tough, and you see in all of his fights, he is a phenomenal athlete. He's really got a phenomenal record. He's on a big streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fight win streak in the UFC. Now that's serious. Okay, he's taking on Belal Muhammad, who stands at 5'10". He's 36 years old with a 72-inch reach, and Belal is on a fat streak himself. He's got a 9-fight win streak, and his last 5 fights: Damian Maia, Stephen Thompson, Vicente Luque, Sean Brady, Gilbert Burns. The guy deserves the title shot. I know everyone hates his style, thinks he's so boring, but he's not super fast twitch. He's not the fastest, boom, crack you in the lips and put you down type dude. He's got a big head on him. He's got a big head, and he's not the fastest. People that aren't the fastest with huge head, they have to have a bunch of skills to back it up, and Belal Muhammad has the skills. He's constantly feinting. He's constantly moving. He's constantly making you guess what he's going to do. He's training with the Habib and the boys, so good chance he's coming forward and he's going to be trying to wrestle, which I think is going to be his best option to win. Let's take a peek here at Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman 3. Okay, a lot of this fight, Leon Edwards keeps switching his stance. He keeps switching his stance from southpaw to orthodox. That makes it tricky for when someone's pressuring you and you're constantly switching to southpaw, orthodox. Wrestlers, when you're southpaw, they like to shoot different than when you're orthodox. They like to shoot their single legs different. Maybe they like to shoot their high crotches different when they're southpaw. So constantly switching stances like this, juking left, juking right, not really letting Kamaru Usman set up his shot. He's constantly making him guess with his stance here. So we're at 318, round 4. Usman is going forward, and Trevor Whitman is calling for it. He wants him to come forward and pressure, and throws a kick. Leon Edwards kicks his back leg, and that forces a wrestling scramble that lets him get into his legs. And look at this. Leon does a good job. Deep whizzer with his left arm. Whizzer over the top with the left arm. And then right hand has wrist control. He's trying to avoid Kamaru Usman here from locking his hands. Grabs the head, boom, circles out, and now he's back to the center. It's beautiful. This is what Leon does so well. He stands there. Even when he's standing there, he's constantly feinting, and it's not taking a bunch of energy for him to feint. Moving his shoulders, slightly moving his shoulders like that, turning his hips, back to orthodox, constantly stutter stepping with his jab, and he's doing all this and not expending a ton of energy. So he's staying so sharp on the balls of his feet, ready to move backwards, ready to move side to side, ready to sprawl if he needs to, ready to check kicks. It's like just a perfect disciplined stance. He's one of my favorite strikers to watch just because he's so solid. So solid. Especially for 5 rounds. He's so just efficient with his energy, in a good stance, in good balance to counterpunch anytime, in good balance, like I said, to wrestle, do what he needs to do. Southpaw, keeping his distance, keeping that uncomfortable distance for wrestlers. They got to figure out a way to get close enough to get into an entry to a shot. That's the big thing with wrestlers. When they're coming from wrestling, they're used to tying up and shooting from tie-ups. Then you get in striking where it's 3 feet away, and you got to figure out a way to punch and disguise your shots. This is Leon late in the fourth after Kamaru's already been trying to wrestle him, and look at him loose with his shoulder, still got snap. Kamaru gets into a deep shot here. Deep shot, head outside, locks his hands, and then Leon doesn't accept it. Gets his hip to the fence right here. Gets a cross grip, so now Kamaru can't lock his hands. Back to his whizzer and back to his wrist control. Underhook here. Boom, separates. Back open, jab hook. I mean, he's just beautiful. His technique is so beautiful and perfect and disciplined. Back orthodox. You can tell he's tired. He's not really showing it. He's still staying in a sharp stance. Usman falls into a head outside shot. Now he goes head inside single leg. Let's see how he defends this. Wide legs. Real wide legs here for Leon. Trying to focus on not letting him lock his hands here. Might be grabbing in the gloves a little bit. That's all right. Now he's got a whizzer and he circles off. Again, perfect. Perfect reaction right when Usman shoots. When Usman shoots, he doesn't be like, oh shit, and have to remember what to do. He's doing it right away. Good reactions. Now we're southpaw. And still, fourth round. Usman's already shot on him a bunch. On the fence. 5 seconds left, and he's just staying right out of range. Pushing off his front foot, staying right out of range. Usman shoots into another shot. Head inside single. Has the right reaction. It's tiring shutting down people's takedowns, but it's also damn near just as tiring when you fail on a takedown. You fail, you're driving to the guy, you're trying to lock your hands, you're trying to get for a big finish, and the guy defends it the right way, circles out, and he's right back on you. So southpaw orthodox again. Kind of scaling the fence, goes back to orthodox, back to southpaw, just subtly. Usman has to think about that every time he switches stances. Back to orthodox. Left head kick to the dome piece. This is the fifth. He's still staying active. You could tell Leon's just so good. Okay, that's a good shot there. Good shot. Kamaru Usman locks his hands below the butt. Leon switches his feet real quick. Keeps his feet really, really wide. Has a good strong whizzer and has wrist control on his far wrist. Real wide. Making his body real heavy. And Usman's driving on him. And look at Leon get that whizzer even deeper. And pull him up. And another failed shot by Usman. And Leon's back on him, making him pay. Boom. Left head kick. Still snapping his punches in the fifth round. Not wasting a lot of energy. Loose with the shoulder still. Usman still stalking him down. Boom. Now they're clinched up. Beautiful elbow off the clinch here. Back to orthodox. Orthodox southpaw. Let's watch one more time. Again, Kamaru falls under the double. Leon reacts to it right away. Spreads his legs really wide. Goes wrist control so Usman can't lock his hands. 2-on-1 there. 2-on-1 there. It's going to be hard to finish a takedown with one arm. And look at Leon's 2-on-1. 2-on-1. Digs the underhook on the backside and Usman pulls out. That's just good reactions from Leon. And it's tiring. It's tiring when you do that. Tiring for both guys, but a little bit more tiring for the takedown guy in that scenario. For the guy trying for the takedown. Still snappy. Still just so snappy with his punches. Good long jab punch at the end of his punches. Switching stances still. Usman still just marching forward. And it's not like Usman. Okay, there's another double. Head inside this time. Southpaw, he's got head inside. Leon's making him carry his weight. Goes real deep with that whizzer arm again to the far glove. And he stuffs it again. He stuffs it again. Usman still keeps tromping forward. And Leon's not just running away. He's sitting on a 3-2, sitting on a 1-2, making Kamaru respect him still. Bouncing side to side. Goes back into a double, head inside, orthodox this time. Makes him hit his butt. Leon's reaching over the top there for Kamaru, but he's got Usman's got his head inside, so the Kamaru's not going to really work here. Let's see what he does. Gets his far hip to the fence right away, and starts standing up. Not just accepting it. He's gassed here. So this is especially when you amateurs are fighting. You get a takedown and you're like, oh, maybe I triangle people in practice, maybe I armbar people in practice, and that's going to go through your mind when someone's deep in a shot and they take you down. Oh, I could just accept this and go to my guard. But he doesn't accept it. Does not accept it. He fights, and just makes it almost just relentless on the get up, and that can break people. That alone can break people. Cuts his left arm back, and he stuffed it again, and that's demoralizing for the wrestler. If you think you're going to be able to take the guy down, you think you're going to be able to ride him, and this striker keeps getting up. You score a takedown, and he just gets up right away. You didn't get to damage him at all, and you just wasted that energy. It really is demoralizing, and that just shows you how good Leon Edwards is. He's so skilled. Fight IQ is so high. His reaction time to wrestling is so high. He punches people at the end of his range. He's got good balance when he's southpaw. He's got good balance when he's orthodox. Even in the clinch, he's busting them up with elbows and clinching them up. He's just so well-rounded, and you definitely can see why he is champion of the world. So we got him versus Belal, July 27th. I know people aren't super excited about it, but it's going to be a technical fight. Belal's going to have to take some risks and keep shooting. We'll see how good his wrestling is and how great his cardio is working with the Habib brothers. But if I had to pick right now, I'm going to probably pick... I'm not sure yet. I'll probably come out with some picks next week with the top ones, but Leon Edwards, he's going to be hard to beat. Like I said, he is the welterweight champ for a reason, and you can see it right here in the video. He's just so technically sound. Okay, boys and girls, hope you enjoyed that video. Hit that like and subscribe button. Comment what you think below. Always interested to hear your thoughts. I'm always reading the comments. And then if you're not, follow me on Snapchat at Tim Welch MT, and for the ultimate supporters, patreon.com/redhawk academy. We've got a confidential show that goes up there every week. So I'll leave you with this. Love y'all. Still working on that. Okay guys, see ya next week.